shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
Aaron is still a major hurricane here in the Atlantic. Tomorrow is the day that North Carolina will see the biggest impacts. I'll show you what they'll be.
This morning, mandatory evacuations will begin for people on the Outer Banks before the worst of Aaron arrives. How some say they are preparing to ride out the storm. And man killed in stabbing. Police in Fayetteville say that it started as a fight between relatives. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker is there as officers have been on scene for more than 5 hours. A lot of stories that we are covering this morning, including breaking ones here for WRAL News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Levingood. We do want to begin with Elizabeth Gardner right now because, Elizabeth, one thing that we're still following, obviously, Aaron, and what effects we could see on the Outer Banks.
Exactly. The Outer Banks are going to take the brunt of it. You know, the Outer Banks, just because of topography, stick out in the ocean a little bit farther. Plus, they're such fragile islands. They're the ones that definitely will see the bulk of the impact here. It's 770 miles southeast of Cape Hatteras. What happened in the last 24 hours is it's begun to weaken a little bit. Yesterday, winds were up to 40 miles per hour. It was a Cat 4 down to 120. That's a Cat 3, but it's likely to remain a Cat 3 as it moves past North Carolina. Definitely rip current danger already. Apparently, there were a number of people pulled out of the ocean yesterday, so it is time to be finished with swimming. We are looking at the potential for some significant flooding along the Outer Banks, and we'll talk about what that could look like coming up. How about outside right now? It's cloudy. It's a gray start out there. It is 72. Our dew point sitting at 69, which is a touch lower than it was yesterday. Couldn't rule out a stray shower this morning. Also, a slim chance of a thunderstorm later on this afternoon. We'll see a good bit of cloud cover during the day today, and it will be much cooler than yesterday. 83 for our afternoon high.
All right, well, going back to you in just a little bit there. Thank you, Elizabeth. And one of the things that we're following very closely is how are things looking in terms of the Outer Banks, people on the Outer Banks. They have their eye on 2 homes that are going to collapse there. But we also have Eric Miller that is out there on the coast right now, seeing how conditions are looking at this time.
Here in Rodanthe, the surf is creeping higher and higher, and Hurricane Aaron is getting closer and closer. Mandatory evacuations for permanent residents are supposed to start here at 8 this morning. Both Hatteras Island, where we are right now, and Ocracoke Island are under that evacuation order. But despite it, not everyone is planning to leave. Several permanent residents we've spoken with say they plan to stick things out during this storm and are taking precautions.
The real problem is that you're not going to be able to get out, so you have to be able to survive for a few days on your own with what you have. I mean, you may not be able to get down the street.
Now, while Hatteras and Ocracoke are the only places currently under an evacuation order, officials across the area are urging people to pay very close attention to this storm. The forecast could always change, and a slight shift could put more water, more wind, or more surf into other communities here along the North Carolina coast. In Rodanthe, Eric Miller, WRAL News.
And right now, people on the Outer Banks have their eyes on 2 homes about to collapse. It's kind of a familiar sight in Rodanthe. The homes are on the same stretch of beach where 3 other houses collapsed last September, and that was in the same week. Water is surrounding the homes already, and swells from Aaron may be the final straw. Now, rip currents are expected to be one of the main effects we'll see from Aaron here in North Carolina. Dozens of people were rescued from rip currents along the coast yesterday. Wrightsville Beach Ocean Rescue says they rescued 60 to 70 people. The National Weather Service shared this video of the rip currents there yesterday. I mean, it's no joke, people. Seriously. Most rescues happen between noon and 5 o'clock. And whether you're staying here or headed to the coast, receive alerts when the waves rise or the wind whips up. You can do that with the WRAL weather app. Get the power of our dual Doppler 5000 at your fingertips and select any location and the type of alert you want to get so you can be prepared. Just make sure you turn on those push notifications. Breaking news as one person is dead after being stabbed in Fayetteville, and that happened late last night on Rose Hill Road near MacArthur Road, if you know that area. Allie Kalubar went there in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. She joins us live. And Allie, police believe the people involved knew each other in this.
Yes, Chris, police say that the 2 were related and it started with a fight. Within the past 5 minutes, that scene has cleared, but this is what it looked like earlier. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker just about an hour and a half ago. Officers were here investigating for the past 5 hours. Fayetteville Police Department tells us officers responded to a reported stabbing around 11. They found a person with a stab wound. That person died on the scene. We're working to find out the identities of the people involved, as well as if any arrests have been made. Reporting in Fayetteville, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
This morning, Wendell police are searching for a person they say ran away after a police chase and crash last night. I want to show you video of that scene around 9 o'clock last night on Wendell Boulevard near the Food Lion. Video from a WRAL viewer shows police vehicles and fire trucks there with a crashed vehicle. And our team saw other vehicles not involved in the chase that were also badly damaged. Riley Weber says she saw the crash while on the way to the grocery store.
The Tesla was actually in pieces. There was pieces all over the place. The Charger, or the Hellcat, was actually facing that way going down, and the other two cars involved were facing this way.
And we are asking the Wendell Police Department about what started this chase and who they're searching for. We are less than 1 week away from the start of a new school year in Wake County, and today, school leaders have student safety on their minds. Let's go ahead and bring in WRAL's Kelsey Coffey. She is live in Raleigh to break down the changes district leaders are considering to keep students safe during emergencies. Kelsey.
Yes, Chris, tonight school leaders will vote on changes to their emergency response protocol here at the school board headquarters. This will be Wake school leaders' last meeting ahead of the first day of school next week. Now, this could mean new training and drills on emergency response for students, school employees, and some emergency responders. This so-called standard response protocol is from the I Love You Guys Foundation. It sets 5 measures for emergencies: hold, secure, lockdown, evacuate, and shelter. Wake schools already had similar protocols in place, except the hold measure is new. Under both hold and secure, classes go on as usual, but school doors stay locked. WRAL education insider Emily Walkenhorst explains how this new protocol could help.
There was a little bit of confusion in their current emergency response protocol where, some of the rules for code red and code yellow can be kind of similar. And, maybe there's a little bit of a gap between them that really needed to be explained. And they think that this new protocol will help explain some of that.
Now, the school system would not be paying this outside foundation to use their protocol. Board members will be making that decision tonight at 5:30. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News. I'm in Cary.
New data shows Wake County yellow bus routes will be fully staffed again this year. Hundreds of students didn't have an on-time ride to school because of a driver shortage. And the school system will have a little more than 600 drivers. The county raised bus driver pay to at least $20 an hour, and that's actually more than most counties. The district also has a full-time recruiter for bus drivers. President Donald Trump is pushing for a meeting between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Trump met with Zelensky and European leaders at the White House yesterday. And Trump says he plans to set up a direct meeting between the warring countries. He then wants another meeting with him in it. After yesterday's meeting, he called Putin to discuss the arrangement. And Trump says, quote, "Everyone is very happy about the possibility of peace for Russia and Ukraine." Raleigh police are cracking down on loud mufflers in the busiest areas, and that includes, yes, Glenwood South, Fayetteville Street, and Capitol Boulevard. Neighbors tell WRAL the noise is so bad on the weekends, they can't have a conversation outside. This past weekend, the department reported nearly 100 traffic stops in the 17 of these areas, or in these areas, I should say. 17 drivers were charged for loud mufflers.
Even cars that are not decked out as race cars, they're just regular cars, noisy, noisy, noisy.
The department plans to keep up the patrols in these areas. Durham police are investigating possible human remains found near a trail. Police responded to the Ellerby Creek Trail near Arcadia Street and West Club Boulevard. And yesterday, a caller said they saw what they believed was a human bone near the creek. Anyone with information is asked to call Durham police. Apex Police has called off the search for this wanted man right here. Officers spent much of the day yesterday searching for him. Police say officers were trying to arrest him in connection with sex crimes, and that's when he ran off. Sky 5 had that moment when law enforcement was searching that area around Lufkin Road and East William Street. Homeland Security even confirmed they conducted the search as well. And if you have any information on where that man is, you can call Apex Police. Part of Tryon Road in Raleigh will stay closed for the rest of the week, and that's because of sewer line problems. Teams first blocked off Tryon Road on Sunday for a sewer main break, and that's that area between Avon Ferry and Lake Dam Roads. The eastbound lane is not expected to reopen until the end of the week, and drivers are getting detoured onto Avon Ferry Road in the process. The Durham City Council approved a new Wi-Fi program last night, and this program gives certain people internet hotspots for free. It's meant to help the people who cannot afford internet access. You can access the hotspots as early as next month, and all you have to do is apply and then prove you actually need the help. This morning, Wake County schools are giving an update on what you and your student can expect this year when it comes to school meals. That's happening at 9:15 at Lake Mira Elementary in Lindell. They'll explain how you can add money to your child's meal account, how to apply for free and reduced price meals, and how to request meal account refunds. In June, in fact, the school board voted to increase the price of school meals by 25 cents per meal for the upcoming school year. And this price increase is the fourth increase in about 4 years' time. Time now is 4:40. Strike negotiations. Flight attendants with Air Canada are entering day 4 of no work. What they're demanding from the airlines. And a beloved bridge. A city in western North Carolina is saying farewell to a landmark. How they hope to rebuild it. Let's go and step outside for a live look at Fenton and Cary. It's pretty quiet, understandably so. It's 4 a.m., right? Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner is going to talk a little bit about the gusty winds that the coast will see from Hurricane Erin.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:44. Our temperatures are comfortable this morning. 72 in Wilson and in Durham, 75 in Fayetteville. It will be a noticeably cooler day today. Our wind is coming out of the northeast. It's going to keep our temperatures in the 80s. Yesterday we were in the upper 80s. We're talking more like low 80s today. Also the potential for a few light showers. Typically in this pattern, we don't see anything heavy, but we do have the potential for a few showers. And then it's a 20% chance Wednesday and Thursday. Now Wednesday is the day that we'll see Erin moving offshore, and we'll take a closer look at what the impacts will be here. Of course, we're looking at just a quiet day for today. We'll talk about what's up for us here and along the coast coming up.
The Air Canada strike is affecting roughly 130,000 travelers per day. And last night, the union representing flight attendants in Air Canada resumed negotiations. 10,000 flight attendants have been on strike since Saturday. A labor relations board says the walkout, it's illegal. The strike forced the airline to cancel flights, and the flight attendants are demanding higher wages and payment when planes are grounded. Air Canada says it offered a 38% increase in pay over 4 years, and it also offered hourly raises up to 16% in the first year of the contract. People in western North Carolina are saying goodbye to a meaningful symbol of connection between Chimney Rock and Lake Lure. As Peyton Furtado explains, teams started demolishing the Flowering Bridge, a piece of history damaged during Helene.
The Flowering Bridge has been a staple and symbol of Lake Lure for more than 2 decades. The pedestrian bridge featured beautiful blooms and thriving plant life, bricks laid with love and for loved ones. After Hurricane Helene's punishing floodwaters washed much of it away, it's being demolished.
I still feel a little bit of shock about it. It is very sad. She was a beautiful bridge, and she was the inspiration for everything that we've done. And it's really hard to see her go, but we're all resolved in taking that inspiration that she gave us and going forward with new gardens.
We're told the bridge held back a nearly 30-foot-high wall of debris after the Broad River washed away whole livelihoods in Chimney Rock. Without this bridge, Lake Lure and the homes around it could have been much worse off.
Volunteers with the Lake Lure Flowering Bridge hope to rebuild and be able to welcome visitors back. A pair of real estate investors will meet with Raleigh leaders to discuss plans for a 7-story hotel. The city received plans for the hotel last week, and it will be called The Graduate. Now, if approved, it would be on Hillsborough Street across from the Bell Tower. According to city records, the hotel will be on a 0.4-acre lot, and it'll have more than 24 parking spaces. The city will meet with the real estate investors to discuss the plan design and receive guidance. Now, this isn't actually the first graduate hotel in the Triangle. There's actually one located already in Chapel Hill. In Johnston County, a new elementary school is readying students for next week. The school district celebrated the opening of Swift Creek Elementary. The new school can fit nearly 1,000 students. It's 2 floors, it has more than 50 classrooms, and the school district got funding from a bond referendum in the 2022 election to build the school. A weeks-long Narcan training began this week in Wilson County, and the health department there is hosting events every day this week. Today is at the Lucama Branch Library. That's from 1 to 3 this afternoon. Tomorrow is at the Black Creek Branch. Narcan is an overdose reversing nasal spray, and anyone who goes to this gets a training kit for free. All right, swinging over to weather right now. Aaron is really the big thing that we're talking about this morning in terms of tracking the tropics. We have meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner showing us where it is right now and where it's headed.
So still sitting just offshore of the Bahamas, it will continue to move northward off the coast of North Carolina. Still not expected to make landfall anywhere, but it's a huge storm. It's a little more ragged than it was yesterday. Winds are down to 120 versus 140 that we saw this time yesterday. It is 770 miles southeast of Cape Hatteras, and there's that forecast path. We've been fortunate that we haven't seen much change in this forecast path, and we're definitely lucky that it's not likely to make landfall. The path that you see here is actually where the center of circulation could go. Yesterday, the width of the storm was about 500 miles. It's a little more ragged, so it's not looking quite as symmetrical as it did yesterday, but it's still going to be large enough to have some significant impacts along our Outer Banks. Our Outer Banks just stick way out into the ocean, and they're such fragile islands that it's easy for them to have a good bit of damage. So that's what we're expecting. Tropical storm force winds. We'll see flooding in this area, also heavy surf, beach erosion, and rip current danger. We're going to see rip current danger all up and down the coast. That includes our southern coastline as well. You might have heard Eric Miller say there at Wrightsville Beach, they had dozens of people pulled out of the ocean yesterday because of rip current danger. So now's the time to stay out of the water, move away from the beaches, especially the Outer Banks. They're already doing some evacuations there. So along our coast, rip current danger, heavy surf, beach erosion, parts of Highway 12 could become impassable. We'll have a lot of flooding along the Outer Banks in particular, and some tropical storm force gusts, maybe 40 to 60 miles per hour. Around here, our weather pattern is changing. Our northeast wind is going to put some cool air in place. Temperatures will only be in the low 80s for this afternoon, and we'll see mostly cloudy skies. Here's a look at Futurecast. You can see a few showers in our northeastern counties showing up between now and lunchtime. Other than that, we're probably going to be fairly dry. A little bit of drizzle sometimes goes along with our pattern here, and we may see a little bit of sunshine toward the end of the day. Taking a live look at Durham, though, we are socked in with the clouds. Our temperature currently 72, a little bit of drizzle and light rain showing up there at RDU. Around town, temperatures 83 in Raleigh, 82 Durham, 85 in Fayetteville, so very comfortable out there. And our temperatures do remain below normal. 89 is our normal high temperature, and for the next several days, we'll be in the mid-80s. We've only had one day in the 90s in August, and the last time that happened, it was 2014, so abnormal, and we do not have any 90-degree days in the forecast. Coming up, we're going to talk specifically about the impacts we may see here from Aaron. They will be minimal.
Country Flair. Tickets go on sale this week for a big show coming to the Triangle. Who will be joining all the fun? Well, we'll give you a rundown. Plus, return of the 80s. Some iconic films are coming back to theaters and a live tour. How you can experience the classics in a new way. Getting a live look at Fayetteville this morning. Pretty quiet out there for the time being, and looks like we'll have a little breakdown of what you can expect weather-wise with another update with Elizabeth here in just a couple of minutes. Fans of the 80s have a lot to look forward to, and it's a take on a Dog's Day in a horror movie. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
Being back feels pretty good.
The Breakfast Club is back for another session of detention. The beloved teen movie returns to theaters for its 40th anniversary. The Brat Pack classic can be seen on big screens across the U.S. September 7th and 10th.
Now, relive the magic like never before.
Experience Dirty Dancing in a new way. The 80s film is now touring as a live experience, including a band and vocalists performing songs from the popular soundtrack. Dirty Dancing in Concert will visit more than 100 cities across North America and Europe in 2026. Horror has a new canine star. This is your first look at Good Boy, a thriller following a dog who experiences a slew of haunting events at a creepy old house. The spooky flick arrives in theaters October 3rd. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Nothing bad better not happen to that dog, or I'm going to write a very strongly worded letter. Deepak is getting some country flair later this year. Walker Hayes just announced a show coming to the Triangle in November. You might know him for that viral song a few years ago about Applebee's. Well, tickets go on sale this Friday, and Hayes will be joined by Shane McNally, another country singer. A reminder for those who use Android phones and have a knack for online shopping. Tomorrow, Amazon's App Store will shut down for Amazon devices. The company says this is so they can primarily focus on the App Store experience on their own devices. Those include Fire TVs and Fire tablets, and Android users who have Amazon coins, those will be refunded. The Tar Heels practice on home turf for the first time this season, and they were joined by some very special guests.
What do you think, guys? Can you break us down? Woo! Say 1, 2, 3, heels. Can we do that? All right, here we go. Scream it, guys. All right, good. You got it.
1, 2, 3.
Heels! Thank you. All right, here we go, folks.
Look at that. That was Wish kid Noah, and you saw him there huddling up with Coach Bill Belichick and the team. Noah has battled a heart condition his entire life. And so Make-A-Wish Eastern North Carolina and UNC Athletics recently entered a partnership to provide Wish kids the opportunity to meet and get to know athletes. That's such an awesome moment for that. People are opening their hearts and their pets and are finding homes during this month's Clear the Shelters events. Well, titled Acres Rescue and Adoptions is helping animals across Hoke and Cumberland counties for permanent homes. And to learn more about this and other shelters or local events, you can go to WRAL.com/shelters. Ahead at 5, bracing for impacts. Evacuation orders are in place for 2 beach towns at the coast. How people there are preparing for the storm. And a stabbing in Fayetteville, what police say led to a stabbing that left a man dead. Higher price tags, back to school. Oh, folks, it is already expensive, but this year, tariffs are driving prices even higher, which is why 5 on your side's Keely Arthur will show you how much more you could be paying for your child supplies and how to find the best deals in your area.